You see the color of the river is brown. Inside the water, it has a lot of fertile, look like the fertilizer inside the water. So that's why it makes the water brown. But very good for the trees, for the vegetables. So Vietnam, I told you Thailand become the top country for rice now in the world. And over 50% rice in Vietnam come from the Mekong. Yeah, come from the Mekong Delta. And 60% foods in the Vietnam also come from here. So that's why, later, now we're going to the Unicorn Island. It's about 15 minutes by the boat. Otherwise, sometimes you can see the gardens, trees, fruits growing very easy anywhere. And most of the people live on the Unicorn Island. They are gardeners, they are farmers. I told you from the August to October, and you put your hand inside the boat. Lunar month, so we have flooding season coming to the river, to the Mekong. But not very clearly from here, because this one very close to the sea. Only about 50 kilometers from here to the sea, so that's why the level of the water not very high in this area. Just only about 50 centimeter different. Near to the Cambodia, the people live near to the Cambodia border, so we can see very clearly the flooding coming, but not so high. Because in the upstream of the river, like the China, Laos, Cambodia, so they're building dams to make electricity, so that's why less water coming to Vietnam. This one they got electricity from 2007. So before 2007, they didn't have electricity. Like my hometown, not so far from the Saigon, only about 33 kilometers far from the Saigon. But my family had electricity from the 1994, after 20 years after the war. So at the night time in the countryside, I remember very dark. 8 p.m. Most people sleep. Only the children. So we use oil lamp. They study. Sometimes children they feel sleepy like me. So the hair was burning by the fire, or maybe the book was be fire. Yeah. At night time, very dark. Sorry, friends, because this is a big boat and we come to rescue another boat. The engine's broken. So they also come with us, and but they're going back to the boat station.
Keep harassing us. I don't want to swim up there.
to the Unicorn Island. This one considered like the biggest island in the middle of the river. First stop, we stop here at the local house and see the people that make honey from the bee farm. Most people living on this island, they are farmers, are the gardeners. They take care of the fruit garden. And from the fruit trees, it has a lot of kind of flowers. So from the flowers, so they're making honey. That also the main economies for their family. So we stop here to see them. We also have time to take in for the honey tea. Because the combination with two roofs, so that's why if you have candies, you can put your candy souvenirs over here, this way. Now this boat take the other route back to the boat station. So that's why if you have candies, just leave it over here. We get back here, this boat again. Yeah.